players abroad, some transfers as well would not be wrong. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying as well. I am Kizzy K, and that's my name. Let's start with the motivation part, where no motivation. Current Super Eagles, players lack seriousness, and that's coming from former Nigerian international Bright Omokaro said that the current Super Eagles players lack seriousness compared to past squad. Speaking on an interview with our sister station, the AFCON 1988 silver medal winner said there was a very big cooperation and cohesion in the past Super Eagles squad. It's a different one to this one. He said when you are invited, you have to show that you can do it. We always had time to train together before the match proper. There was commitment back then. If you are stubborn and you don't know the job, then they will drop you. Your stubbornness has to be in compliance with what you can offer, because the team wants to win. If you are not part of the system and your impact is not there, then your stubbornness, is absolutely nothing. There is no seriousness in this present Super Eagles team. You can single-handedly pick out the ones that wants to win. In those days, everybody wanted to win. You will see that seriousness in the team, it will be so high. But now, they even invite players and you've never heard about them in the national team. It's pathetic, he said. However, Omokaro believes that the Eagles still have a chance to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, provided they put in the necessary work and seriousness. He said it's a slim chance qualifying for the 2026 World Cup, but football is unpredictable. He added, victory requires a lot of sacrifice, hard work. If you don't work hard, it will not work out well. It depends on those who are invited to play and their mindset. If they are determined to give all their best, then we can win. The Eagles are 5th place on 3 points, on a 3 point with 4 games in the World Cup qualifier, you need to know. And for March 2025, the World Cup qualifier resumes again, where the Super Eagles will travel to Kigali to face Rwanda on March day 5 and then host Zimbabwe in Uyo on March day 6. We know the September game is still coming up, South Africa game. But let me quickly dash on this. Maybe I wasn't born at that time, so to say, at that past in the time where, he was talking about. But the story remains, do you think this set of Super Eagles players are very, very determined? Did they want to get out there? Did they want to get to the next phase? Did they want to be at the World Cup? One of the days I was thinking and I was reminiscing, asking myself questions. I started looking at the list of players in our team and I said to myself, no, these guys literally know nothing about the World Cup. Don't they want to make a mark for themselves? See, we talk about the NFF and their problem. We know they are the basic problem. But now it's about the mindset again, about the team, the mentality. When they come to play, when they are ready to play, when they are out with their body, soul, spirit, and mind, and they are just, let's give it all to Nigerian football. And then possibly, because I say it all the time, nobody is scared of Super Eagles anymore. Nobody. But let's give about Super Eagles coach. What's the news about appointment? Eric Chelle is waiting on final details from NFF, and that Malian side is waiting. Now, it's been a long news about this man who played for RC Lens in the Ligue 1, and Eric Chelle is on the verge of becoming the new Super Eagles coach. Talk about the Nigerian national team, football, the senior team. However, he's waiting for the final details from the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, before making a decision. So it means that, Eric Chelle is still in talks with the NFF and have not yet signed a contract or officially accepted that position. Now, let me keep you updated on this one. Meanwhile, Sekou Eric Chelle is currently the coach of Mali national team. We know the Basbos are there. But his future with the team is uncertain. It's so in doubt. He has not made a decision about whether he will stay with Mali or leave to take the Super Eagles job. Interestingly, let me let you know, Eric Chelle was not initially considered for the Super Eagles position, as the NFF had a short list of other candidates. However, it seems that Chelle's qualification and experience have made him a strong contender for that job. Now, Chelle has a very good background in coaching in lower division of the French football side, and also he has also played for Mali national team. Now, you could say this experience may have caught the attention of the NFF, leading them to consider him as a suitable man for the job. In surprising twist, players from the Malian national team have expressed their desire for Eric Sekou to return as their coach. This is despite Chelle's being dismissed from the position following the last round of World Cup qualifier. So he's It's like a one leg in, one leg out. It seems that Chelle has built a strong relationship with the Malian players who value his coaching skills and leadership. Do you like Eric Chelle? Do you like him? You know, it feels like he's just the man we just have to go with now. I'm just saying because no disrespect to him, I'm not a fan, sincerely. He's not the A coach that the NFL have promised us. They keep telling us all the time that A coach will come and the top class coach. Is Eric Chelle the man? You know how bad this is? I'll tell you. He was never in the picture before. So he's not even among the candidates that are shortlisted. But how come we are now looking his way? It's a lot to talk about the Super Eagles. Now, another man in the news again is Genetro, our former coach, has come to tell us about the big fact. According to the former Super Eagles coach Genetro, the team current struggles and family, problem is due to the fact that the new players brought into the team are still finding it difficult to adapt and settle into their roles. Do you think so? Okay, Genetro attributed the team's recent performance to the lack of cohesion among the players, citing that the introduction of new players has not resulted in a seamless integration, causing the team to rely heavily on the familiar faces he worked with previously. However, he noted that many young players have joined the team but are struggling to find their rhythm. They've not found their footing. So that's from Genetro's perspective. He's feeling like it's a this way, and what you make. Now, another man in the news is Solomon Kwame. Solomon Kwame sounds like a Ghanaian name, actually. He said, I'm talking about the Nigerian international Solomon Kwame. He strongly endorsed Harvey Reynard as the ideal candidate to take over, the next Super Eagles job, urging the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, to make every effort to secure the appointment. According to Kwame, Reynard, impressive track record of qualifying teams for major tournaments, including the 2018 World Cup in Morocco, with Morocco, and the 2019 African Cup of Nations with Ivory Coast, makes him the perfect fit for the Super Eagles job. Kwame believes that under Harvey Reynard guidance, Nigeria can qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup and reclaim its status as a dominant force in African football. The call comes after Finidi George resigned as Super Eagles coach following a disappointing run of results. We know the story. Now, Harvey Reynard also has made it clear that he will be stepping down at, when the Olympic is done. But we talk about Harvey Reynard. I'm a fan of Harvey Reynard, I must tell you. Everybody loves Harvey Reynard. I like to say Harvey Reynard is a world class in African soil, better word. Because you talk about Harvey Reynard and his archive, his CV, second to none, top-notch coach. He's won a lot for himself. I don't think a man has done that with two different teams. A French man, nobody has done that. His feat is crazy. But do we have the money to pay him? Do we have the money to pay Harvey Reynard? And also, is it possible that Harvey Reynard will come and take this job and we pay him high and he takes us to the World Cup? Do you understand how that group is? You need to know, please, we need to go check that group again so we understand how dicey it looks. We are very, very, very on the verge of dropping so low. We are already low. We're already down, right? But we are just on the verge of, possibly going more down, if there's a word like that. Because as it stands now, we are not in the right pecking order. And we could say the Super Eagles' unending problem continues. Let me tell you about that one now. Sincerely, the unending, you got me starting, I beg your pardon. The unending search for a new coach for the national team of the Super Eagles is getting so embarrassing. It's getting to an embarrassing level. About 2 weeks or about 3 weeks ago, President of Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Muzakuzawa, assured Nigerians that the football house has picked from the many coaches who were interviewed. So we had people shortlisted for the job. And also it was done by the technical committee. Now, reports suggested that the recruitment of the mystery coach was concluded in London by a delegation of the LFF, including the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Owa-Eno. The report went further to inform that the announcement of a new coach was imminent. Neither the Nigerian Football Federation nor the Sport Minister has made any statement to that effect. The NFF leadership has continued to be as secretive as a cult, indecisive, and as a matter of fact, lacking the initiative to move Nigerian football forward, I must tell you. Now, Nigerians are yet to know exactly who is going to be our coach. With the Super Eagles dropping points in the latest FIFA ranking, coaching the team has become more tasking and less attractive. Even when good managers would have loved to take up the job, the Nigerian Football Federation don't have the money to take on a high-profile coach from Europe. Now, let me let you know the Minister of Sports Development, Senator Omar Eno, has told Gusau that the ministry will have no hand in payment of salary to the new coach, according to reports. Now, another report says that NFF is yet to officially confirm Finidi's departure, even though he has since been unveiled as the new head coach of Rivers United. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't know why they haven't formally, they haven't come out formally to confirm the resignation of Finidi George. But did he resign? Of course. I confirmed that from the directors in the NFF, and we don't know the exact detail of whether it was accepted or not. We also don't know the detail of his contract as it concerns termination. Also, a source in the NFF said the leadership told everyone in the federation not to confirm the resignation story. So I don't know what reason they have not to have acknowledged the fact that Finidi George has resigned. Most of the things Finidi knew about his position as the coach of Super Eagles was read in the news. So it was a press thing. Now, there have been talks that the NFF wants to sue Finidi for stepping down. Is it possible that they will have to sue Finidi George for stepping down? Because according to the report, the legal grounds for suing Finidi as regards taking the Rivers United job will remain unclear until we understand the terms of the contract he signed as the coach of the Super Eagles. Now, it's one or the other. If they have to accept his resignation privately, but have not acknowledged it publicly, we can't then ask questions. At that point, we could ask questions and be like, was there a clause in that job? Because saying Finidi could not take the job or could take the job, it's a lot of talk, we should know, and we will find out. Now, this could be based on compensation packages he collected or will collect. Or has he even forfeited it? Is a question we are asking. Now, there are many legal possibilities, but there is a scenario where Finidi can be sued by the NFF. Let's tell you. But that's depending on what the situation of the legal connotation is. It all boils down to the contract, which was not made public. Have you ever seen a contract signed contract could be signed in between, like my contract with the station. It's in between. It can't be made public. It's a mutual consent. It works. But when it's a body, when it's a big firm, when it's about you working for the national team, because we hear that oftentimes in England, in Denmark, in America as well, that so man has gotten the job and it's on a 3.5-year deal with an option to increase. We hear that. Why is our own different? Now, his lawyers and the NFF lawyers would be the ones who would have the best clarity about this. But Finidi George, you need to know, he is a very seasoned professional who has signed contracts all around the world, both as a player and as a coach. So I would assume he got legal advice, whether signing the contract with the NFF, terminating it, or going into a contract with Rivers United. Ideally, the NFF should install a new head coach before the Eagles' next feature in September. I think, my opinion again, having a manager on time, whether temporary or permanent, for me, is very key. It's so important. There is no time left. If we get a manager 1 month before the game, what time does he have in terms of adaptation to the players, with the team, the reading? All of these, I must tell you, might definitely affect the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Do they have rights? Is there a right for the NFF to sue Finidi George? Do you think they have the right? Because the contract is, let's say it was a hidden contract. It wasn't a contract that was open. Personally, my take, I don't even know. I know what they said, 1-year contract with ultimatum, I know. But I don't know the part. We don't know of the part. The media, let me sound for the media now. We don't know of the part of his contract, if there's an option. We go with what the NFF tell us, but I feel like this should not be like a secret call. It should be stated out. Because we now hear, according to the report, that Finidi George could be sued by the NFF. Does this work? Time will tell. Now, let's go with the next one now. One man, football is crazy, right? When you get signed, or when you're brought in to the national team by a certain man, you feel like you're playing for the man, you're playing for the team, but you want to impress that man. Because this day, Remo Star Football Club defender Sadiq Ismail has voiced his disappointment at Finidi George's resignation as the head coach of Nigeria Super Eagles side. Now, Ismail is the first player from Remo Stars to be called up to Nigerian national team. He received his debut call-up in May when Coach Finidi named the squad for the 26th World Cup qualifier against South Africa and Benin Republic in June. However, among these players who've been clamoring to see who wants to come, this man was single-handedly picked out by Finidi. Although Ishmael didn't play in a 1-1 draw against South Africa in Uyo, he made his debut in the following match against Benin Republic. He came on as a second-half substitute, but Nigeria suffered 2-1 in that very game, and it was a big defeat. That's the first ever loss to the Cheetah. Now, moving on, Ishmael has shared his regrets about Finidi's departure, saying he was saddened by the resignation, but hope to learn from the new manager. He said, "I'm saddened by the coach's resignation," he told reporters this, and he said, "While appreciating the man who gave me his international break. However, I hope to learn from the new manager and his team when they come on board." Did you hear that? So, when they come on board, so nobody's in the face now. When they come on board. Now, Danny Alves, as his rally called, that's the nickname for Ishmael, who played an attacking for Remo Stars and the right back, has praised Finidi on clear instruction during his debut. The youngster recalled that Coach Finidi instructed him to do well in the game, and he also said, "When you have the ball, just deliver it inside the box." Ishmael also noted similarities between Finidi coaching style and that of his club coach at Remo Stars, Daniel Ogumadede, suggesting a smooth transition under the former coach's guidance. Despite the disappointment, Ishmael remains optimistic about his future with the Super Eagles. "It was an honor to represent my country," he said, "and I believe it will significantly benefit my career," he stated. Ishmael national team call-up followed an impressive game with the MPFL side. I talk about Nigeria Premier Football League just for last season, where he recorded 13 assists and 1 goal, making him one of the standout players, particularly noted for his attacking prowess and very defensive play and also attacking play. Let's bring you this one that is so annoying. Michael Osimhen, a coach doing well who was rejected as Super Eagles coach, is now doing signs and wonders in the United States of America with the under-20s. Now, Michael Osimhen, who applied to be Super Eagles coach, but later claimed he rejected an offer to be an assistant coach in the team, has led the USA under-20 team to an emphatic 4-0 win over Cuba in the 2024 CONCACAF under-20 championship. Now, with the big win, the USA punched their tickets to the quarterfinal of the 2024 CONCACAF under-20 championship, which also serves as a qualifier for next year's under-20 FIFA World Cup. They will now play for top spots in Group A when they face Costa Rica in Thursday's final group. And it's a very good one for that man you have on the screen and his team. Now, let's quickly let you know some transfers about some players. I would love to talk about this, but I don't think it sounds too sweet. Chelsea, Nigerian players abroad, right? Chelsea have been presented with a chance to sign either of Paris Saint-Germain 2 strikers this summer as part of a potential deal to bring Napoli's Victor Osimhen to the club. Now, Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli are in talks over a potential transfer of Victor Osimhen, with PSG seeking to make a big signing following the departure of Kylian Mbappe. However, needs to clear space and balance their finances to accommodate the cost of Osimhen transfer. Meanwhile, Chelsea have also been linked with the Nigerian striker, but are currently unable to pursue the player due to its financial, due to financial limitation, because Chelsea is being careful of the PSL, profit and sustainability rules. Now, intermediaries have approached clubs, including Chelsea, to inform them that Paris Saint-Germain are willing to sell either Randall Colomani or Gonzalo Ramos to create space for the potential signing of Victor Osimhen. Let me talk about Osimhen a bit before we move to the next one about the Iheanacho. Victor Osimhen's case, for me, looks like a fasting and a prayer. You know why? Fasting and prayer for me. He needs to be very careful. This is a time where a man is calling on the speak, I could say, 25 years of age, Nigerian good player. But it's so demanding that Antonio Conte has come to say, even to the media, that Victor Osimhen is not in my plans. He wants to get Lukaku. Now, as I talk to you now, Victor Osimhen's talk is not, it's not really progressing with PSG, because PSG are the only club keen in Europe wanting to sign him. Just maybe if the release clause was a bit lesser, maybe clubs will come for him. But the question now is that Victor Osimhen's release clause was 150. De Laurentiis, the president of Napoli, reduced to 130. We're not done with 130, and now they've brought it down. They've dropped it to 110. And Paris Saint-Germain are keen and saying if we want to sign Osimhen, we can only pay 90 million euros or 80. That's all we can pay. So I could recall yesterday when I was on the radio, when we opened the phone lines, a lot of people have come to say that Victor Osimhen has wronged the gods. And I'm like, what do you mean? They said the saga, the outburst of social media with Finidi George is what is really affecting Osimhen. That clubs don't want to come for him because they're all scared of his attitude and his character. But, it's a whole lot of talk. For me, I feel like the major one is about the release clause that has stopped him from making a move. And now he signed a deal. He signed a deal for December last year. That's where everything got spoiled. So the question is, what team can sign Osimhen with that amount of money? It's only Saudi Arabian people that are keen. Will Osimhen have to go? Will Osimhen now have to go to Saudi Arabia that came calling, with a very big amount of money? And he never left. He never left. He stayed back with Napoli and he signed a deal for December. That deal is haunting him now. And Napoli, we know the business perspective would not want to sell their best player for less. So PSG is trying to just, and if PSG says we are done, we don't want to get, what happens? It's a problem. So Osimhen saga and his transfer news is, someone said he should go and appeal, he should just go and talk to Finidi and make him happy and apologize, Well, do you realize that all of these talks, Finidi has not said a word? Do you realize? He just kept cool. So that's just it. But let's leave Osimhen's story and give you more updates right here on Sports Public Show. Nigerian players transfer. Nottingham Forest are keen on signing Kelechi Iheanacho. Nottingham Forest and Ipswich Town have expressed interest in signing Kelechi Iheanacho on a free agent, a free deal, better word, because a free agent right now, after leaving Leicester City following the expiration of his contract, the forward has offers on the table from clubs in Turkey and Greece, but Nottingham Forest and Ipswich are determined to convince him to stay in England. The club are now set to make formal contract proposal to the striker in hope of winning the race for his signature. We want to see him make a move, There's a whole lot of story about Kelechi Iheanacho and Nigerian players abroad. But we go on a quick break now. When we return, it will be time for us to talk about the Super Falcons who are doomed after players, X for Paris Olympic game. We'll give you an update about the Olympic game and let you know that official squad number has been released for these ladies. Talk about the Super Falcons to keep you posted and also give you another update about the numbers. And then US rapper Snoop Dogg to carry Olympic torch in final stretch. All of these and more stories to talk about transfer news coming up next. Stay with us, please don't go anywhere. Welcome back from that quick break. You're still watching Voice of the People TV right here. This is the Sports Republic Show. And let's talk about this one that says no magic. It's enough to keep you updated about the Olympic coming up. And it will be very interesting to know that Nigeria also is involved in this. How many gold can we come back home with? Time will tell. Coach and owner of top Nigerian women's club, football club, Robo Queens, Emmanuel Osimhen, that's the name, sounds like though, has said that the Super Falcons are not a united team at the Paris 2024 Olympic after several players were dropped from the squad. The Super Falcons are not united. There is no continuity as 5-6 of their players who qualified them for the Olympics were dropped. Osimhen stated this could work against the team at the Olympics. I think so too. I really think so, yeah, because continuity is key. Gift Monday was one of the players who featured in the qualifiers but did not make the final 18-person squad. While striker Chinonyere McLeans was not involved on the road to Paris 2024. Lagos-based football club Robo started out, Super Falcons keeper Rashida Ajibade, Azizat Oshola, Chidima Okeke, who all made the cut. The 9-time African champions will begin their Paris Olympic campaign Thursday against Brazil in Bordeaux. And the kickoff time in Nigeria is 6 p.m. You don't want to miss. Now, let's keep you updated again about the squad numbers, about these ladies. I don't know, Randall Waldman, this thing, they need to do well because I know he has a very good methodology of football. His strategy is key. But continuity is also key as well. But I don't want to support Osimhen Emmanuel now because, for me, I would say the coach knows the best for himself and the team. We can only say this when, we talk. The media will talk. People will talk. Mouth to wag. It's not normal thing. But we only talk more when he has done it wrong. Because in football, when the manager does right or tries a style and it works, everybody gives him accolades and the flowers, the glory, the praises. But if he loses out, then it becomes a problem. Now, let's let you know that the 2024 Olympic Game official squad number of the Super Falcons players have been released. Now, the squad numbers of Nigerian Super Falcons players in the 2024 Olympic Games is out. You can see that on your screen. Now, African most decorated and Falcons forward Azizat Oshola will wear the number 8 jersey. Goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie will put on number 16 jersey. As usual, she likes to wear that. While Christy Uchebi from Benfica will also be wearing the prodigious number 10 jersey. Chukwunoye McLeans playing in the Russian side have also been assigned a number 9 role, while Nico Payne, we have 2 sisters in that team. Nico Payne takes over the number 4 jersey previously worn by the injured Ashley Plumpton. Now, Tony Payne retains her number 7. Tony Payne is now an Everton player. We'll love to watch her play. And captain Rashida Ajibade, that plays for Atletico Madrid with the tinted hair, sticks with her number 15. Now, other numbers including Osinachi Ohale of Benfica, number 3, Tosin Demihin as well, number 14. Jennifer Uchekini, number 11. Jennifer has made a move to Paris Saint-Germain from Juventus, you need to know. And Uche Nakano, number 12. I'm liking her name though. Now, the Super Falcons will kick off their campaign against Brazil at the Stade de Bordeaux on Thursday, while around the Wildrums team will also face world champions Spain and Japan in their group matches. Now, still on the Olympic news, let's tell you about the Paris 2024 US rapper, American rapper and actor Snoop Dogg will be one of the final torchbearers of the Olympic game, Olympic flame ahead of the games. Opening ceremony in Paris on Friday. Now, the town mayor, Matthew Hanotin, said on social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, that Snoop Dogg, whose full name is Calvin Cardoza Brothers Jr., will carry the torch through the neighborhood of St. Denis. St. Denis, last step before the FL Tower, an integration, an international, cast at Snoop Dogg for the last stretch of the Olympic flame. Hanotin wrote again, Snoop Dogg has already arrived in France, tweeting a photo on Tuesday of himself in the Olympic host city with the caption, "You ready? Paris 2024 Olympic, yeah, dig, that's Snoop Dogg." Okay, so the rapper will also be involved in official coverage for this year's game. Snoop Dogg is expected to provide regular reports and explore the city's iconic landmark. According to event organizers, "I grew up watching the Olympics and I'm thrilled to see the incredible athletes bringing their A game to Paris," he said. "It's a celebration of skill, dedication, and a pursuit of greatness." It is Snoop Dogg saying that in a statement he said, and that was for December. And what do you make about the Olympic? Are we ready to go? Are we cool enough? Can we do it? My concern will be Nigeria now. You don't expect me to do a France thing. But I saw the ladies, walking down. I was at the Bordeaux, just a tunnel, and also training, having their training, and it would be nice to watch them play. Players like Ashley Flums have really been missed, I know. But let's give you another update in transfer news. European scene, coaching. I would be surprised if Jurgen Klopp accepts England job, and that's coming from Alexander Arnold. Friend Alexander Arnold expressed surprise at the possibilities of his former Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp, taking over as England manager, giving Klopp's recent departure from Liverpool due to fatigue after almost 9 years out of hand. Now, he has been linked with the England job following the departure of Gareth Southgate. A lot of people have been linked to that job. But Alexander Arnold believes his former boss was paying a bit time off before returning to management. That's what is called sabbatical leave. Now, Alexander Arnold made this known, and then Arnold said, I made my Liverpool debut under Jurgen Klopp and his England debut, and my England debut against under Gareth Southgate, and that's a very big experience for me in the change. He showed his appreciation for Gareth Southgate, suggesting that the former Three Lion boss deserves more respect and credit, for getting England to 2 major finals. And I really support him, because as you can say that, Jurgen Klopp leaving on sabbatical leave, better word, is okay. We've seen men in a hierarchy of the coaching world living in that phase and still returning, like that of Luciano Spalletti of the Italian side. But Arnold is just, we know his quality because it's still in the news. Real Madrid are keen and wanting to sign him. A lot of clubs are looking out for him, but I know he would want to have a club in the team. I'm just saying. He would love to see that because the man gave him a very, very good time. We could say it's the reason why we saw the best of Alexander Arnold. No manager has managed that man very well than a club would do. Now, let's let you know England to Saudi move. Will it be possible? KDB, often known by the real name Kevin De Bruyne, is going nowhere, and that's from Pep Guardiola. Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has poured cold water on reports linking Kevin De Bruyne with a move away to the Belgian club, away from from City, amid speculation to Saudi Arabia. Kevin De Bruyne, whose contract expires in 2025, said last month that he's not ruling out a move. But Pep Guardiola believes there will be no major changes to the squad before the end of the transfer window, which closes 30th August. City begin their Premier League title defense at Chelsea on 18 August. So that's what no. I think on this deal, on this transfer, I'm just being skeptical for my own person. I'm just saying, I don't know. I love Nigerian people, even though regardless of where you play from. 68 million rated man. I talk about Ibericha Eze. He's been in the news, and City wants to sign Ibericha Eze for that amount. But they have been watching if Kevin De Bruyne wants to leave. But Pep might not want to sleep because he lost the depth. Now, if Kevin De Bruyne does not leave, do you advise Ibericha Eze, the key man of Crystal Palace, to leave and join City? Because we know Michael Olise has left. So he's left for Bayern Munich, working under, the young manager, Vincent Kompany. So would it be right to see Ibericha Eze leave for City, knowing fully well that Kevin De Bruyne will be staying back? It's a lot of talk. Now, from the transfer news to still Ballon d'Or, Pep Guardiola endorses Rodri. He believes Rodrigo, like the full name, he believes Rodrigo's outstanding performance for Spain at the Euro 2020 and his crucial role in Manchester City's fourth consecutive Premier League title will have cemented his case as a strong contender for the Ballon d'Or award. Pep Guardiola praises Rodri's exceptional display at the Euro 2024, which earned him the Player of the Tournament award, and believes they have solidified his chances of winning the Ballon d'Or later this year. Is it possible that Rodri will win it? Let me even tell you the players in contention for this award. Rodrigo is there. Dani Carvajal is also there. He's won 26 trophies with Real Madrid alongside Toni Kroos. He's a big player. He won the Euros as well. He's been great all the time. He's won the Champions League as well with Real Madrid. So he's one of the most decorated, but he's a defender. Does he stand a chance? Time will tell. Another one again is we have Jude Bellingham. I just think for me, Bellingham should not be in the conversation. No, he should be in the conversation, but I don't think he should win it. I don't think this is the time for Bellingham. So I think I have two big ones. Okay, Lautaro Martinez also is a man you cannot write off. He won the World Cup. He won the Serie A. He was the highest goal scorer in the Copa America. In the Serie A, the lead top scorer. You know, see, if you want to say it straight, that man should be a very big or really high contender for that Ballon d'Or award. But who would win it? Because I was thinking of Vinny would have won it or should win it, I'm just saying. But Vinny, what about Vinicius Jr.? He had a very good game last season. He won the Champions League with Real Madrid, and he did not have a decent outing with the Brazil side in the Copa America, you know. But regardless, he's a good player. And Karim Benzema is also vouching and saying he should be the one to win the Ballon d'Or. But you could see Pep Guardiola changing the thought and saying, no, it's a Rodri thing. Now, if I sit here and analyze and tell you more about Rodri, you will be like, he deserves it. Some people say Fabian Ruiz did well than Rodri in the Nations Cup. Some say Lamine Yamal. They say, why is he the best player? But I'll tell you, Rodri is the reason why the game can advance in Spain. He's like the new success of Spain football. He reads the back line. He's the reason why Dani Carvajal, talk about the left, Correa, Marco Correa, Lenormand, Emerick Laporte, Nacho Fernandez, any of these guys, depending on who gets the start, he's the reason why the game transitions from the back. He's a regista. So Fabian Ruiz was exceptional. He was moving the box to box, and it was good. But Rodri is just something else. Our own Super Eagles ex-manager or ex-coach, Sandro Lisa, said he's just a class of his own. Who will win the Ballon d'Or? We will know. Now, let's go with transfer. Paris Saint-Germain, what can they even do to win the Champions League? Because it feels like anybody doing well, PSG will be keen on you. Paris Saint-Germain have joined Barcelona in the pursuit of Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams, with the Spanish international reportedly interested in a move to Nou Camp. He wants to join Lamine Yamal, so we can continue what we saw last time. Now, Barcelona have already made a contract offer to Nico Williams and are expecting a positive response from Athletic Bilbao. Meanwhile, Premier League teams Arsenal, Chelsea are not sleeping and are also interested in signing the 22-year-old Spanish winger, but feel that the transfer procedure would be too complicated and expensive. Everybody wants to sign this man. And what would you say about Nico Williams? I like Nico Williams, no doubt. See, okay, if I leave, let me say something about, it just came to me to say about this. The Ballon d'Or quickly before I talk about Nico Williams. The high contenders for me right now is likely going to be Rodri and Vinny. Lautaro Martinez should be in the conversation, but I'm just thinking UEFA will be watching this too. Now, do you realize that if a Rodri does not win it now, he's likely not going to win it again? But do you know that if a Vinicius Jr. loses it now, it's possible he can win it again. But the competition is very high. It will be highly competitive because why? Kylian Mbappe has joined Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. would have to find his rhythm anyway. Jude Bellingham, all of these all-stars in one club, and they are contenders for the Ballon d'Or, aside Mbappe. So for next year, you begin to wonder, you begin to count who would win it. So if Vinny wins it now, it's not wrong. But Rodri, well respected, if he wins it as well, I tell you, not wrong. Now, back to Nico Williams that everybody wants to sign. Chelsea cannot sign him because of the PSR, the profit sustainability rules. And Chelsea wants to get signed that player. I think Nico Williams, for me, made the right choice for not playing for Ghana. No disrespect to Ghana people, please don't get me wrong. But I think he did the right thing. Not joining his brother, not following Inaki Williams' foot. Inaki Williams is not having a good time with the Ghanaian team, even though I understand he was getting off age and he just needed to be a part of a national team. But his brother is the next big thing. And I tell you, if a Nico Williams make a move to Barcelona, we will have to see an interesting El Clasico because it's looking very boring. Real Madrid will dominate, definitely, because they have the big names. But on the Javi, they did well as well, but Nico would bring the depth. You could imagine a Nico this way by the left. You imagine Lamine Yamal by the right, Robert Lewandowski up front there, and you check the midfield, Frankie is fitting off a Gavi and a Pedri. Good football, they play well. But will this ever happen? Time will tell on that. Nico Williams and his there. But I would say if he leaves for Paris Saint-Germain, he will bring depth to PSG. But PSG, I don't know. what they are trying to do. Because anybody making a good move in the market right now, they will be keen on you. They want to sign a lot of players. They want to let Tugate leave. They're not even thinking about the money they've spent on some players, but they want this reinforcement. Now they are open to let Ronald Colomani leave, or either Gonzalo Ramos, just one of them, so they can have Osimhen to replace Kylian Mbappe. But the more they are wanting Osimhen, is the more Napoli is taking. Napoli does not want to sell Osimhen for less. That same club, Paris Saint-Germain, are keen on signing Vicha Kvaratskhelia, wanted to sign Rafael Leao. So it's a lot of talk about PSG and Al Khalifi, the money they have. They are big side. But don't forget, Paris Saint-Germain are still owing Mbappe, and the mother is saying, I might sue them to court. Wrapping up the show, let's move to the space. It's a deal done. Amadou Onana has made a move. The Belgium international player has made a move away from Everton to Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa has signed Belgian midfielder Amadou Onana from Everton in the region of Spain. That is £50 million. With Onana agreeing a 5-year contract. Looks lengthy. Now, the signing comes after, Villa coach Unai Emery, who has given Onana the opportunity to revive his Premier League career, was seeking for a replacement for Douglas Luiz, who have left for Juventus. Douglas Luiz and his girlfriend will be having fun because the girlfriend is playing for, Juve ladies, why the feminine, why, this man you have on your screen sign a contract, with the Aston Villa side, will be also replacing that man who has made a move to Juve. But do you know that Aston Villa need to reinforce their team because they will be part of the Champions League come next season, just like the recent season coming up. Amadou Onana will have to play with John McGinn. They have all the Watkins. They've sold, Moussa Diaby to Al Ittihad. They have, good players. Zaniolo possibly might not stay as well. So I think Zaniolo has left. So they need that reinforcement to make sure their team have all it takes to win any team. The Champions League is a big phase, but they have a quality manager who in Unai Emery, I believe, can put the threat in other European sides when they play against Aston Villa. Because right now, that's the reason why. But some people are saying that money is big. So I'm saying you cannot sign Amadou Onana for £50 million. But is it your money? They know what's good for them. Amadou Onana does a rough job. You might not be a fan of Amadou Onana, right? But he's a good player. Less goals, but he's a spoiler of the game. He don't let you play in the middle of the park. He keeps running every time. He keeps disturbing everyone, and just to see that you don't get to play. But then, it is on this note that we have to go talk about the Sports Republic show. And I must tell you that the biggest one still remains out there. Who would be the Nigeria Super Eagles coach? And that's how bad our unending problems remains. It continues. Who would you want to put the blame? Whose support do you believe? If you ask me, I will say the NFF need to do their job well. They need to keep their assignment okay and intact. Tomorrow will be another day right here on the show. Keep a date, 11 a.m.